To start this game off, we first declare the character's position as this variable charpos. Charpos is a new p-vector, and a p-vector is a data type that stores two values, two numerical values, one for the x position and one for the y position, with the x position being first and the y position being second. So at first we started out at the middle of the screen, which is half of the width and half of the height. Next, we set a goal position. Again, we use a p-vector, but this time the goal is going to be randomly somewhere within the canvas. So its x position is somewhere between 0 and the width of the canvas, and the y position is somewhere between 0 and the height of the canvas. So it's completely random. Next, this speed variable is how fast the player will move. And this section is a very advanced technique for processing JS games. So basically what it does is this keys array keeps track of which keys are currently being pressed or held down. So the way we do that was first we declare this empty array, then using this key pressed, which is a built-in processing JS function, when a key is pressed, this function gets called, and key code is set to the key that was last pressed. So then we take the array and we set its index. We set it true at this index key code. So, for example, when the right arrow key is pressed, keys right at the index right, this keys array would be true. And then when it's released, this function gets called. So when it gets released at the index of right, keys array would be false, meaning this is a very good way to track whether a key is being held down or not, just by these true and false values. So then we get actually into the draw function, which calls every single frame. And also these also call every single frame, but they're separate from the draw function. So first of all, we make this black background, then we do no stroke so that the ellipses don't have any borders around them. Next, we fill an ellipse with red, and we create it at the position of the character and make it 30 pixels wide, 30 pixels tall. So that's what this is. Next, we fill with green and make the ellipse at the goal position. And the way the dot x is just a way to reference the position, or this position, this index of this p vector. So the dot x just means get whatever this value is right here in the first position. Next, these are the motion scripts. So basically, again, remember, if in the keys array, if the right index is true, that means it's being held down. So that means we want to increase the x position. And same for all of these with left, up, and down, but we change x and y positions in different ways. And then next, this is the distance function. So if we check if the position of the player and the position of the goal, if that distance between them is less than 30, which is equal to the diameter of the ellipse, so that's 2 times a radius, so this basically checks if they're touching. Then if that's true, we set this goal to a new position in the canvas. So this basically just makes it so it resets every time. And if we run this program now, this is what we get. So we can move around our player with the arrow keys. And then once we touch this, it goes to another location. And we can just move around and all that. And this is just a never-ending game. But yeah, pretty simple, but it teaches some advanced and very helpful topics in processing JS. So I hope that was helpful. Thank you.